This is the funnest night ever!
Yeah, quit yanking our anuses!
Two people get together, do something social, have a few drinks, yada yada yada.
It's called Two Brothers. Two Brothers. It's just called Two Brothers.
And we are live with another.
We're not live.
Two.
We're pre-recording.
Okay, yeah. No, we're. Welcome to Two Brothers.
Yeah.
It's another episode. It's another Sunday.
You have to throw it in there.
Look, sometimes you just gotta be real with the people. Okay, we record these things on Sundays.
Yeah, give them our schedule. Go.
Begs. It's not like I'm giving them our address.
All right.
Look, it begs to just remind people these episodes are going to be out of order. Okay.
Again.
What do you mean again?
You're telling them again that.
Yeah, I just want people to know because I don't want people to be confused. You know, and they're like, oh, they're really late with this one, but it's just it is what it is. Okay, so but when this episode drops, our Modern Warfare 2 review will have dropped. Hope you guys enjoyed that. For those who are going to wonder where our review of God of War Ragnarok is going to be, it's not going to be up for a while because, you know, both me and Edgar are going to have to play through it and give our thoughts. So we might not even get to it till, like, honestly, like, next year.
Are you fucking serious?
Okay, well, I mean, at the very latest next year.
No, the very latest, it'll be like...
Yeah, you better not say this month because there's definitely no way it's going to be this month.
Sometime in December.
That sounds more realistic.
Yeah.
We are nearing the end of the year, so we will be doing like our top.
Thanks for reminding me.
10. I'm not trying to remind you to be like depressed or anything. I'm just.
Well,
this is the podcast. It's supposed to be.
All right, it's on a Sunday, almost end of the year. We're never gonna get to it.
The fuck you? How's that sad?
It is sad.
You read too much into shit. Okay.
Oh, like you don't.
No, I don't. Okay.
Oh.
Well, that's a little.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, from one of our favorite podcasts.
Okay.
So, see, I lost my train of thought. Oh, so we're gonna be doing our top 10, also eventually. No, what the fuck, top 10? That's too many games. our game of the year list, I should say, because we don't even know how many games we thought were that good of deserving of. Game of the year. But spoiler alert, the episode we recorded before when we came back, technically that's gonna be our game of the year. At least
all right, let's get to it. Jesus.
Get to what?
Oh, our usual shit.
All right, so what have you been up to? Yeah, you're like, get to it, and you're fucking silent now.
Nothing interesting. Jeez, I heard.
Nothing interesting.
No.
There's been nothing going on in your life right now that is taking precedence.
No.
Like you playing God of War Ragnarok. And don't say, oh, I just barely touched it. Like I still want to know what at least what you think of the fucking 8 hours that you played.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Howard, like anyone else is playing that game right now, you fucking dork.
Yeah, but listen to you. They want to hear your opinion.
That seems good.
Wow, this is good. We're already off the rails there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'll say this about a God of War. I'm enjoying it. I love it.
Right.
It's too soon to say if it's my game of the year. The opening for that game was amazing.
That's what I hear. I wouldn't know because I haven't played it yet, but... Can you stop bopping your head to the music that people can't listen to?
I lost my train of thought. Well, the opening for this game was amazing, just like the 2016.
18. Came out 2018.
No, it didn't, bitch.
It did.
Nope.
It did.
Look it up.
Okay.
Look it up.
Yeah, fucking okay.
I'll put you
I'm about to do that right now.
Yep.
I'm about to do that shit right now.
All right.
You don't fucking... 2016. You sure?
Yeah.
The same year Overwatch came out? The same year Doom came out? The same year that Uncharted 4 came out. That's what you're saying it came out?
Damn, really?
That's what you want to say?
17.
Hold on. Why the fuck does it keep showing Ragnarok?
No.
I don't want to see the one from... Here we go. God of War, released in April 20th, 2018.
Damn.
Fuck you. Now continue. What were you saying about
Go fuck
Ragnarok?
yourself. That shit seems like a long time ago, though.
It has. Well, anything seems like a long time ago when you've been through a fucking pandemic, so...
Yeah. Well, yeah, the 2018, I guess. I would say... let's see. I'll say this one tops it. You know, the opening for that.
Which is really hard to top.
Yeah.
But I think that's the trend with the God of War games, that each one that comes out, the opening has just always been so fucking great.
Yeah, like I feel like they top each other. So yeah. And yeah, there you go. I'm enjoying it. Only 8 hours in.
Right.
It feels like you're gonna fucking. It feels like I just barely fucking touched the game. You know, there's a lot to do. There's a lot to learn.
And you said you're gonna be done in you said 10 to 15 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna take that back, huh?
Yep.
Look.
What about you? Or what's so interesting?
Well, something that we mentioned on one of our episodes of the podcast was, I think it might be the one from Modern Warfare. We got an Xbox Series X. And it doesn't warrant an entire episode, but we figured we might as well just talk about it a
So
little
this shit
bit.
doesn't warrant an episode just like the PS5 did?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Because there's other things we're going to talk about in this episode.
Saying we're going to cram a lot of shit into this one, huh?
Yeah, otherwise it's going to be 20 minutes long. So we might as well.
All right.
All right, so we finally got an Xbox Series X. I don't think... I think it goes without saying, I think this is the better console than the PS5.
I agree.
Yeah, and we only had it for a short amount of time. Not like we had the PS5 longer, but I already love the Xbox Series X more than the PS5. For obvious reasons, starting off with, it's just way smoother to the transitioning from Xbox One to the Series X has just been so much more smoother than the PS5. I don't know if because we don't listen. I don't listen to the fucking podcast. Okay, that's just a heads up. But when we did the PS5 one, I don't know if we talked about how fucking not horrible, but how frustrating it was to just transfer everything. It was kind of a hassle, you know.
Yeah.
Unlike the fucking Switch, which was just horrible. The Xbox Series X is just way easier to get into. Like I just needed to sign in, and we're good to go. Everything is ready for you to be downloaded. Granted, we don't think we had that many games downloaded physically into the console, but that's just how easy it was. And it had our save data and everything.
Yeah.
We didn't have to transfer anything, and I think with the PS5, that's what we had to do. And there was a few moments where some of the games, I think Resident Evil was an example. Resident Evil 2, we had to go to the PS4, download the PS4 version, download the save data, upload it to, and I think that's just for Resident Evil. But come on,
we did that for Resident Evil 8 too.
Yeah, we did it for Resident Evil 8. It was just such a hassle.
This is how
I did it for Horizon. No, we couldn't even do it for Horizon.
Wait, what?
I remember you barely touched it, but I was trying to download what you had saved up to that point. We couldn't. I was like, you're just gonna have to probably start over again, I think.
Oh, I think you're right.
The
new Horizon or the old one?
The new one. You weren't playing the old one.
No, you're right. That's the only reason I bring up the Resident Evil 8 situation, the transferring, is it was around the time, a week or two since we had the Xbox.
Yeah.
And the Xbox, like you said, it has everything saved, and you just click on the game and you continue where you left off, right? And when I re-downloaded on the PS5 Resident Evil 8 because the new DLC came out, and I was like, what the fuck? Where's all our save data? Where's all this shit? And I put 2 to 2, was like, oh, we gotta do this shit again.
Yep.
Because I was so used to with the Xbox, damn, that shit was smooth, easy.
Yep. It was like we never really skipped a beat.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just a much more powerful machine, which is what a next gen console is supposed to be like. Now, like the PS5 has the DualSense controller that makes it feel like a more complete next gen, but like in terms of hardware and in terms of like this is Microsoft, like we know this is what you want. You want your games to run smoother. Hell, even some of the fucking 360 games on the backwards compatible list have been upscaled to 4K resolution.
Which I know, it just sounds fucking
it's
cool.
kind of a treat. You gotta just pop in a game and see if it fucking runs better. And for the most part, most of them do.
Like 80% of them.
Yeah, like Red Dead Redemption, for example. Like you can see it's night and day. It just looks way better on the Xbox Series X. And this is not even something that they prioritized, really.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like or not prioritized, but not something that they've mentioned a lot. You know, people had to figure that on their own. But that's like such an easy fucking transition.
Yeah.
And that's so important. At least for me, that's so important to fucking when it comes to a new console.
I know, yeah.
And the fact that we didn't have to buy another controller, it's like forward compatible and backwards compatible.
Yeah, tell the people about the PlayStation, the Xbox controllers.
Like that's a small thing, but I feel like Sony could easily fucking do that.
Yeah.
You know? They could easily do that. And it saves consumers way more money. Right out the gate, I don't think you get a terabyte of fucking hard drive, because obviously you're going to do the system update, but you get more storage
than
with the Series X than you do with the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, like when we bought the Xbox, I'm like, I even told you when we were on the ride home, I was like, damn, do we got to get another controller because it's next gen? You don't know. It's all good. And I'm like, whoa,
it's all good.
And I got excited. Like, are you fucking serious? Like,
before there's not really much to talk about in terms of big things with the Series X. People know at this point what it's like capable of doing, right?
I don't think so.
Well,
people are I feel like people are so fucking focused and invested in the PlayStation 5. That's all they focus on. They don't. Some of them do, but some of them don't do the research.
Yeah,
like we did and everything. Like, I think like you're skipping another thing that's kind of cool, like with the games.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we bought like any Xbox game, so on, it will say Xbox One and Series X on it, right?
Yeah,
and has this smart delivery.
Yeah.
Tell them about that. Right?
You're talking to me like I'm fucking Phil Spencer of Microsoft.
No, but that's cool.
No,
it
yeah.
Sounds,
So in the PS5 episode that we had, we talked about how you have to fucking download, or it automatically starts downloading the PS4 version when you pop in the PS5 disc.
That's if you bought the
If you bought the PS4 version of the game,
and it has a PS5 upgrade.
Yeah, already it's confusing. Yeah. But that was something that to this day is still a fucking issue.
I know.
We've gotten used to it at this point. But with the Xbox Series X, let's say Resident Evil 2 is a good example, right? You buy that off the fucking shelf, and you go home, you want to play that. It automatically starts downloading the more superior version. You don't have to choose between an Xbox One or the Series X. The console just recognizes, oh, here's a more optimized version. We'll just download that for you right out the gate. Whereas the fucking PS5, you buy Resident Evil 2 remake on the PS4. You buy it, you pop it in. You have to go to the product page. You have to find the fucking PS5 version. Hit download. It starts downloading that at the same time it's downloading the PS4 version. You have to delete the PS4 version and then let the PS5 version download, and you're good.
See how complicated that shit? Fuck the PlayStation 5.
Relax. We were just talking about God of War. It's still, look.
No, you're right. Like,
yeah, it's just the little things that really fucking get to me, and it adds up, though. It adds up.
Well, that's fucking cool, though.
Yeah.
Like the Xbox does all the work for you. Like you. What?
You said Xbox.
The Xbox does everything for you, man.
Yeah, no, it does.
Like you said, it recognizes it's okay. You got a superior, let's do this.
What was cool is when we went to the store, like just I was browsing the fucking store. There's a game, I think it was High on Life, that you can install right now, and it doesn't come out for another month. And if you on the
Xbox.
Yeah, if you have Game Pass. You can download the games that are not out yet, like High on Life. You can start installing it now.
Are you sure you can't do that on the PlayStation?
I think you can start doing it, but it gives you It tells you when you can start downloading it. It tells you like
so
a week before
Uh-huh.
you can download this or whatever.
but the Xbox
I could be wrong, but on the Xbox, you can download it
right now
right now.
and have it ready.
Have it ready to
That's
go.
cool.
Or Scorn.
Uh-huh.
Let's take that for example. Okay, I know I played a little bit, didn't like it, but for those who are interested in it,
Mhm.
you can start downloading it, even if you haven't purchased it. If you have Game Pass, by the way, this is just if you have Game Pass, you can download it, and you can just leave it there.
Mhm.
And, you know, while purchasing it, you can be all right. I'm gonna try that out later. You know, that's more of a Game Pass thing, but still, like, it's already winning in my mind. Like
Uh-huh.
the fact that like, and it feels like Game Pass now is essential for me. You know, like I want to keep that going because there's just so many great fucking titles on that thing. You know,
I
another
feel-
thing, real quickly before you say your point, fucking backgrounds, dynamic backgrounds are on Series X. You still get the same fucking UI with the PlayStation 5, which is fine. I'm not, it's okay, whatever. But the Series X, you get options, man. You can limited options, but still
Options.
dynamic
Yeah.
fucking backgrounds are back. And why can't fucking PS5 do that? Like PS4 had them.
Mhm.
It's just the little things that add up.
No, that's true.
What were you gonna say?
No, I forgot. What were
sorry.
we were talking about? Shit, I don't even know.
Well, look, in
No.
terms of
Not like you're right. Little things like the forward.
compatibility.
Yeah, for the controllers. It starts downloading the better version.
Mm-hmm.
Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
What were you saying? I know there was like a little thing with Game Pass, right? Like if let's see if you were saying like on Game Pass. Let's say for example you wanna buy or play the new Persona.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you get to play the whole game or something like that, and you can buy it or keep it, or what was that thing you were explaining to me the other day? Like with new releases that the PlayStation doesn't do. Like you were saying, like
shit, I can't remember now, man. Well, but it's whatever it is, whatever I said, it's fucking exclusive to Microsoft. You get discounts too. After a certain time, after you play the game on Game Pass for free, you can just here's a discount, dude. You can buy it if you want, So it performs just as good as the PS5. No one's really surprised about that. It's weirdly enough, it feels smaller than the fucking PS5. Even though it does look
Big.
beefier, right? Like it looks like a fucking fridge, like a little mini fridge, but it kind of looks smaller than the PS5 too.
Yeah, next to it, yeah.
Yeah. It's just there's just so much that you can do with that console. You can make your home screen as customizable as you want. Like I said, like everything just like transfers over so smoothly. I don't know, man. It's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. It's more convenient than the PS5. But the one thing I will say about the PS5 is that they just have the fucking exclusives. You still got Ghost of Tsushima, you still got Spider-Man Miles Morales, you got God of War Ragnarok. You have all these things, and it's like Death Stranding, But Xbox, that's the only thing that they're missing.
It's exclusive.
Is exclusives.
Well,
but that could change next year.
Yeah, that's what
right?
I was about to
We
say.
got a lot of shit coming out. Even though Starfield, whatever. Like I know everyone says like that's the one game that they think of when they think of exclusives, but no, man, like there's gonna be a lot more than just that fucking game. Which, by the way, if you guys are wondering, Starfield doesn't look interesting to me.
Note this right now, people who listen. Our says that now, but when it comes out and he reads more about Starfield, he's going, you know what? I'm going to pre-order.
Yeah,
it.
probably. Look, I did the same thing with Sonic Frontiers.
You fucking ding dong.
But or Mario as well, Sparks of Hope.
Yep.
I'm not saying it's not going to be I'd never said it wasn't going to be a fucking good game.
What?
Starfield. I just said it doesn't look interesting to me. Okay.
Okay.
If it's good, I'll play it. But yeah, for those who are wondering, this is just our opinion, or at least my opinion. I'm pretty sure you agree. If you're wondering what console to get, if you haven't gotten one yet, get the Series X.
So for me, is which one you prefer? Basically, we like for us, we always end up getting both.
One way or another.
Yeah, we're always is because some of them do have their own exclusives, or I was gonna say their own.
I mean, I guess you could say which one you prefer, but
but
if faced with the decision of having to choose one first instead of buying both or something,
I don't know why people always give Xbox sucks. No, dude.
Both are great, man.
They're great, but
the only people who have issues with the whole console wars are just the ones who just say you're poor, man. You don't want to buy both. Eventually, you're gonna get both. Just fucking enjoy it all.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It doesn't matter, dude. It's still a next gen console. It's still gonna run the same. They're gonna have their own exclusives each console and stuff, but still.
And look, we all know that fucking PC, because there's always gonna be those people. Even my friend Alan has said this before. Always get a PC instead. You're gonna pay a little bit more money, but it's more powerful, and it's they make good points. I'm not gonna disagree, but when we're just talking about the consoles, I still say I think. To choose one, I say Xbox first. Yeah. I know right now it's probably a much more tougher sell because you got God of War, and you can play that. But you can literally just buy the fucking console, and depending on where you buy it, you get a year of fucking Game Pass.
Hold on, you're missing a big point here, guys.
Stop sniffing your microphone. I always hear that when I'm editing, and it's like.
You hear that?
I'm the only one with headphones on in this room.
Well, hold on. You're missing another point on the Xbox, which I don't think the PS5 has. Simulation.
Like you talking about the Matrix?
It's a simulator.
Oh, making it into a simulator?
Yeah.
Say that then. Don't say simulation.
Well, tell us about that.
I don't really know too much about it. All I know is that it's easy to fucking jailbreak your console and make it into an emulator. That's what you meant to say.
Yeah.
You said simulator. No, first you said simulation, and then you said simulator, which is not at all what you were meaning to say.
They all mean the same.
No, they do not.
Well, hold on. But then you're missing another one. It doesn't fuck up your system, right?
Yeah, it doesn't void the warranty either.
So there you go. That means you can even expand more on your fucking library of games. You can go back and play old school and GameCube games.
You can play fucking Nintendo games on your Xbox. So it's for those who want to do it, that's an option. I think you can. I think you only have to pay a $20 fee to have it be enable developer mode. So you can sign in as a developer and then have it change to that screen, but that's it. And then from there on, if you're a little tech savvy, you can fucking make it into an emulator. And it's pretty easy. And the only thing is that from what I've seen from the one video I saw was every time you want to go back to playing Xbox games, you have to just reboot it like a soft reboot of the console every time. But that doesn't fuck up your console either. It doesn't corrupt anything. You're good. So if you're on a lazy Sunday, you're like, man, I want to play Max Payne 2 right now on my Xbox. Well, actually, you could without emulating it.
Okay.
But you know what I mean, right?
Or I can play Resident Evil 2 from the PS1.
Yeah, or NFL Street.
Yeah.
Or something, or fucking Silent Hill. Yeah. Not the HD collection. You could do that.
Yeah.
So I'd still say Xbox.
See, that's another plus right there.
Yeah.
I don't think you can do that on the PS5, right, Albert?
I mean, you can kind of I think you can probably will maybe fuck up your console. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not that big on or know too much about it. So, but yeah, we got a Series X, so we don't have to worry this Christmas when it comes to getting one. So we're all good to go. And we'll be bringing you reviews and all that shit, as always. Now, speaking of reviews, we do have something else to talk about. When this episode drops, it would be a while since this movie came out. It goes without saying, spoiler warning, because we'll be spoiling the whole thing.
Yeah.
We saw Black Panther: Wakanda Forever a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the last movie in Phase 4.
I feel like you keep saying that.
It's because everyone says that. What do you mean?
But you keep saying, okay, we want to go see Doctor Strange, and this is the last phase of Phase 4.
I've never said that.
Yep.
I never said that.
I feel like you keep saying it.
No, I don't.
This shit's so fucking confusing.
Whatever. This is really the last fucking movie of Phase 4.
We'll see.
You're really irritating me right now.
No.
It's
You should be
really,
irritated with these
Let me
dumb-
look it up. With right
these
now.
dumb fucking phases.
I'm not the one who made up the
I
fucking
know.
phases.
That's why. That's what I'm saying. You should be pissed off. Almost choked there.
You should have choked.
God. I just feel like
I almost
besides
fucking
what?
I almost put fucking Black Hawk down. Like that was a part of the fucking MCU.
Like, see,
Which, by the way, I've never seen that movie, Maurice. I know you're probably hearing this. I've never seen Black Hawk Down, so.
And who cares? So, I feel like everyone keeps saying that. It's not
Black
only,
Panther: Wakanda Forever is officially the final theatrical release in Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
and we'll see. Like,
No, it's not there. No,
okay,
look,
okay,
it's not.
fine,
We'll see.
fine.
It's over. Okay, and we're moving on to Phase 5.
which is
I don't fucking know. Ant-Man.
okay, cool. Well, hold on. Okay, hold on.
We haven't even fucking reviewed the movie yet.
Well, I'm just saying that a lot of people are saying that on the internet too. Like they were saying that with Doctor Strange and fucking.
No, what people have been saying on the internet is this is the best movie of Phase 4. That's what everyone is. They haven't been saying that it's the final movie. Everyone keeps saying that this is the best movie in the Marvel Phase 4. Doctor Strange, this and that, Thor is the best. Like,
yeah, okay. I think like you're.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna settle, and in our opinion, we're gonna settle this once and for all. Okay?
Yeah.
But let's get into the review. So, spoiler warning, right? So, what did you think of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, which is a runtime of 2 hours and 40 minutes?
It's too long. Well, okay, look. Let me get serious here, okay?
Oh, like we haven't been serious.
For me, I wasn't so excited to go see this film. Maybe you guys feel the same way. I'm kind of burned out right now with Marvel, especially with their fucking shows, and in between shows their movies like Doctor Strange and all that. So at this point, it's not because I didn't. How do you say? I had no interest. I didn't care if it was good or bad. So
you just like you're feeling
burned out. Yeah. So it has nothing to do with the film. So when we went to go see it, my expectations was low.
Mm-hmm.
Not for the bad reasons, just burned out. And
you weren't expecting anything big. You're just going in with no expectations. Go ahead.
When I went in there, man, it didn't change my mind. Still, like, when you even told me, like, what do you think? And I said, I enjoyed it. It was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next day, I still had I slept on it. And it's like, you know what? That movie was great. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it.
And I feel like that's a difference between a lot of people who review these movies. Is right out the gate, they're just like, "Oh, this is the best movie I've ever seen in my entire like." Give it a fucking day.
Yeah.
Even someone like me, which we came out of the theater, I said like, yeah, I liked this movie. Like, it was pretty good. And I slept on it, and I still thought it was pretty good. But the point is that like some people are gonna have an opinion that can change in a few days. You thought it was okay, and you woke up the next morning, you thought, you know what, it was pretty good. You let that shit simmer, which I think is something that's missing from a lot of people who review these movies. They don't let it simmer.
And it hasn't changed. So I still enjoyed it. Not like how I left the theaters. Like, it was okay.
Right.
It was after I slept on it. I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the story.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll give it this. Yeah, it's too fucking long.
Right.
But besides that, you get a chance to see Shuri in her journey. You
Mhm.
get to see Namor
Yeah.
in his
Yeah.
journey too of
Those opposing
Yeah.
kind of like, but also kind of similar in the
Mhm.
same.
Can I say this? Like, I didn't know they were going to open that way.
I kind of felt like they were.
I thought they were going to. Yeah, well, yeah, but not like how in like how they did. Like.
No, go ahead and spoil it.
Like
I said, so.
Shuri, goes into her lab and she's trying to. I guess she's trying to make that herb.
Yeah, trying to make the herb. Yeah.
To save his brother. And oh fuck, man! I thought I was just going to jump to the funeral, but no, they added this. What do you want to call it? Scene or?
Yeah, I guess it was like a
cold open.
It was a cold opening.
Yeah, it was a cold open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because usually these Marvel movies start with the dun 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 dun, dun the fucking Marvel Studios thing.
AC/DC. Man in Black.
Yeah, like that shit. Like this didn't do that.
No.
It was very like, here's the story first. Like here's the first scene, and then we'll.
And I like the way that he did that too.
Because it was integral to the story too.
Yeah.
And I realized that as I was watching it, like, oh, this is gonna come back later in the movie.
I haven't seen Black Panther in a while, so I forgot that Killmonger destroyed those herbs, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, you didn't have that.
And I was for a moment there, I was like, "What the fuck, man? Your guys from are Wakanda, and you got all these advanced."
Yeah, so you forgot.
I forgot that
you
could save them, but I forgot about that part and all that. But holy shit, don't they fucking bring you? It brings you back to the moment when you heard about Chadwick Boseman passing away, and they really. I also like that opening with the Marvel logo, and it was all Black.
It was all
Panther.
Chadwick. That's when I first saw oh man, the waterworks, here it comes.
And it was quiet, which was nice, which I like that.
No fucking AC/DC.
No AC/DC.
right.
No dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
That crazy shit.
Well, I don't know what the fuck
quiet.
that is. I think that's the Pirates of Caribbean. Dun, 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 dun.
You don't want to get.
No, I get what you mean. But look,
But,
my
yeah.
thoughts on the beginning of the opening of the movie was just, it felt very frantic. It was like her trying to figure out like how to save his brother and everything, or her brother, sorry. And it kind of just, like you said, it brought me back to when Chadwick passed away. And throughout the whole movie, I was thinking, like, are they gonna like somehow CGI him, or like maybe
Me too.
him, like,
Me too.
Because like I'm skipping really far into it, but when she went into her, like when she was going into the ancestor plane and everything, I thought like she was gonna see Chadwick, and I was like, but I'm glad that they didn't. I'm really glad that a part of me was like, all right, this is the perfect time to give us what the best CGI you can have for Chad, and they didn't. They didn't.
Hold on.
Which is good. I'm glad.
I thought I kind of I feel like the same way, which is good that they didn't, but I wish they did. Like they could have done it in that moment. They could have done it at the end where Shuri's burnt that cloth or whatever, and she had that flashback with him. I thought we were going to see that in that moment too.
Yeah, because you could hear, not hear, sorry, when her mother was talking about how she was doing the same thing. Like I can feel him kind of his hand on my shoulder, and I thought that was going to come back where you could see his hand on her, just the hand on her
me
shoulder.
too. Yeah, that's all I wanted.
What I thought. But I'm glad they didn't, because it hit even harder when you didn't see anything.
That's with that, like I was saying, I'm in between. Like, for example, like with the Crow, Brandon Lee didn't finish some of his scenes, and his I guess his stunt double.
It kind of carried
it,
and
they did CGI, and it did well. All I wanted was just a fucking moment.
See,
and that was it. But
what I thought was going to happen was they're going to do what they did with Ghostbusters Afterlife, when they brought Harold Ramis.
Oh, like that?
And he didn't talk or anything, but it was him holding the proton with her granddaughter or whatever. Like, I thought they were going to do something like that, but they didn't, which is fine. Again, it's fine that they didn't do it.
Okay.
But I'm glad with the decision that they made.
Let's touch about that a little bit. Like those two movies that we just brought out, The Crow and Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Yeah.
Why does that work in those movies, but not in this one with Chadwick? They could have done just like you said.
I feel honest. I know it's only been like 2 years.
Uh-huh.
I still think it was fresh in people's minds, and I think it was a conscious decision for them to be like, we're gonna honor him in our own way, and we're not gonna shoehorn him into it like that. Whereas with Harold Ramis, like, he's been gone for
a while,
quite some time now, and it kind of made sense for that movie too. You know, you have the whole thing about ghosts and stuff like that, and so for that, I think it made sense. With this, this is like, at least in terms of the movie, it's only been 1 year, and I feel like they're still dealing with it. You know, it's still fresh, and as well for the audience. So I'm glad that they didn't do it. But I loved, and we're gonna get to like the whole story and what's it about. But we're talking about the whole how they honored him. Chadwick, I loved when she like closed her eyes and you just see like little just cuts of him from the first movie and like from Infinity War and all that. Like, oh my God, it was so fucking touching, man.
Yeah.
Like, they did it. They handled it. Ryan Coogler handled it so fucking well, man. Like, and he had such a huge task in front of him to make a sequel without his fucking lead.
I know, man.
You know, and say what you will about the pacing of the movie, how long it is, I still think he fucking pulled it off.
No,
like,
yeah.
He did such a fantastic job in honoring Chadwick. Like, yeah, he did such a fucking great job. And I'm sure when people see it, you're going to fucking cry up a storm. Especially just because he had such an impact on everybody. And especially the black community, you know?
I think
so. It's going to hit everyone so hard.
I think on everybody's mind was like, how they're going to do it without him, you know? And I thought about that too.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah, no, it definitely worked. And I'm glad that they focused on the women of Wakanda. You know, I love the line that I think what's her name, Ramonda, his mother. She said, like, it's time for us to step in. And you see the warriors of Wakanda, like, remember when they're like in those fucking soldiers were infiltrating the lab and shit like that. You see them, you see the warriors, like them come out. The Dora Milaje, I think they're called.
Yeah.
Something like that. Maybe. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm butchering it, but like when they came out, and then that intercut with her talking about how, like, you know, like, it's time for us to step up now. You know, like, they've lost their king, and now it's our turn. And I was like, oh my, that's so fucking awesome, man. And they just kicked ass that whole scene and the whole movie.
Yeah.
You know, so it worked. For me, it worked really well, man. Yeah, everything was just from top to bottom. At least I know for you, the length of it was a bit too much. I enjoyed it a lot. You know, I think it was. I think I told you when we were driving home. I said, like, it's okay if it's almost 3 hours if it gives me a reason to sit there and watch it for 3 hours.
Which it did, yeah.
And it gave me a good reason. Now, how it's gonna hold up in repeat viewings, I don't know. Like 5 years from now, am I gonna want to cry every time that I watch the whole, like, them honoring Chadwick? Like, I'll probably still get emotional, but, like, I don't know how it's gonna hold up with repeat viewings. But the first time, it was just very beautiful, you know. And everyone, Letitia Wright, Duke Winston, Duke? I forget if it's one or the other. Lupita Nyong'o. I gotta find out who played Namor, but
fuck, I just had his name. I think his name Tinoch, right? Something like that.
No, that's the name of the fucking. Isn't that the name they give him in the movie?
No, look it up. I was looking up his name.
You could be right.
His name is Jose Tinoch something. But
Jose?
His first name is Jose, bitch.
Really? Okay, let's see.
But
nope, there is no Jose.
No, for real.
His name is Tinoch Huerta.
Or some fucking internet Maybe it is,
But
maybe it's
yeah,
not. But yeah,
everyone did such a great job. Even fucking Michael B. Jordan returning as Killmonger. He did pretty good. He chewed up the fucking scene, you know?
Yeah.
One person I do want to give a shout out to is Angela Bassett, the mom. Her name was Ramonda. Yeah, Ramonda. Dude, anytime she was on scene, it was like she commanded the fucking attention of the audience. And she did such... And I saw Jeremy Johns review it, and he said, like, you can't really tell sometimes if it's, like, the actor who's, like, that's coming through, if it's the character coming through. Because of how emotional she is.
No, that's what I was to say. Every time she's on screen and she's grabbing you by her role and what she's doing, it's like you feel it too. Mm-hmm. That's how great she was. You feel it every time she speaks about what happened or what she's going through. And I agree.
It's just, I love the line that she, like, when she brings the people into the fucking court who went and, like, infiltrated her lab and shit, and they told them to kneel, and it's like think of this as a fucking an olive branch. You know, and the next time we won't be so fucking nice about it. Like, dude, like, she really, like, she's the fucking queen of Wakanda, and, like, no one can fuck with this nation, dude. Like, she really made me believe that shit. As if I didn't believe it before. I mean, I did, but, like, oh my God. A nation that was grieving, and she fucking pulled it off, dude. You know? Well, yeah, so, of course, it opens up with them honoring Chadwick and, like, what happens to T'Challa. They never really explained. They just died. He died from an unknown illness, they said. And they move on. They did the funeral, which is very well done. But the main story here is about Namor and his nation being falsely, was it, like, not falsely accused, right? But the soldiers were trying to get the fucking vibranium off.
They found some soldiers found some vibranium in the ocean somewhere. So it wasn't only in Wakanda. And when they introduced Namor, dude, again with
that first scene when they showed
Jeremy Johns even said, like, when they always show up, they have this eerie music, and I'm like, damn, this shit is scary. It has a little, scary theme for him, which is kind of, off-putting. But the way
eerie music, the fact that, like, the nation of Talokan is, like, they use their fucking, they sing and they make people fucking just jump off the water and kill, and, like, basically they use that so they can stab them right in the water. Like, dude, that's so genius. But it's like, yeah, you can tell that they're not to be fucked with, man. And so you get Namor trying to convince Wakanda, like, hey, let's work together because they're trying to fucking take our resources. Let's team up. And for me, this is where I started to feel like, okay, this is kind of, I feel like there's a better way to, not like plot hole. I guess you could say it's a plot hole, but he's like, if you don't help me, I'm gonna kill all you fuckheads. I'm gonna just kill the whole nation of Wakanda. And it's like, God damn.
And everybody on Earth too, because they live underwater.
Like, I feel realistically, there could have been a way for them to negotiate and then work it out. But it's like, for the sake of the movie, he's just gonna be like, I'm gonna kill you all. And I was like, okay, whatever.
But no, you forgot they want to team up, or he said he wouldn't destroy Wakanda if they brought the scientist. That created to find the vibranium.
They created the technology to find the vibranium. They feel like
and
they're gonna.
When he said that, I put two together. So, are you fucking serious? She's the reason why.
Again, what did I tell you, right?
Say it.
What did I tell you? I told you that almost every movie, and I guess not show, but every movie of Phase 4, everything that happens is because of a fucking kid messing up. Peter Parker, when he shut his fucking mouth up. And he had fucking America Chavez, another kid who has this power that fucking Wanda wants. And then in Ant-Man, in the next phase, Cassie fucked with the fucking quantum realm when she shouldn't have. Like, and then this one, Riri Williams created the fucking thing to find vibranium. It's like, these kids, man, they keep fucking up. That's the reason why all this shit's happening. But yeah, it's kind of a similar plot to Multiverse of Madness, where, like, I want the fucking scientist and I'm gonna kill her. and I want you to help me bring her. And we all know that it's Riri Williams, which is she fucking Dominic Thorne, I think her name is. She did such a fucking great job as Riri Williams. Yeah, so that's basically what the plot is for the first half of the movie is Shuri and Okoye looking for Riri Williams and trying to work out a deal where they don't kill her and like we'll take her back to Wakanda and this and that and you don't have to worry about this and blah blah blah. And then that's when the whole second part of the plot kicks in where like Namor's like, you know what? You leave me no choice then. We're gonna have to fucking fight or whatever. We're gonna have to, it didn't happen that easily. I think was it Nokia killed one of or a few of Talokan. And
what happened is when they went to go capture Riri to take her back to Wakanda, they get attacked by the FBI or whatever, CIA, and also the Talokan. Right, that's the
Talokan.
Yeah, and them too. Mm-hmm. And Shuri instead of killing Riri there and then she's a take me and take her. Let's go.
Yeah.
And so they take them to the underwater.
Yeah, the nation basically.
The nation,
to Talokan, which is such a beautiful scene too to see how
that was cool.
It all operates and everything was cool. The music was fucking great.
Because we kind of jumped a lot and.
We just got too much time.
I know, but
we're gonna gloss over.
Well, here you go. Then her mom goes and meets what's her name in the movie?
Nokia
and
Haiti.
She's working there helping kids. And she tells her to go find Shuri because she's the best at what she does.
Well, yeah, that's basically what she did say.
That's why she went because she knows how to infiltrate.
And this was after Okoye failed to bring Shuri back and everything, and they stripped her from her title, which is such a powerful scene too. But
Shuri has a moment with Namor, like,
and we get to see the
she's showing her around, and it's like, see, we gotta team up here because if we don't, they're gonna take this away.
Yeah.
So, what's her name? Her mom calls them through the shell.
The conch shell, like fucking like SpongeBob.
And that's when I keep forgetting her name. I just know the actress name Lupita.
Yeah.
She goes and saves Riri and Shuri when she summons
at
Namor.
the detriment of killing a few of Namor's people.
And that's when her mom Shuri calls Namor and says, "You can't make a deal."
Yeah, blah, blah. And it's just just a distraction.
A distraction.
Shuri, and then Namor sees what happened, and I was all right. Now it's wartime and shit. And he calls all of his people, and like we're about to go. We're gonna go DEFCON 3 on
Albert,
and and then you get that scene where he just messes up Wakanda.
Yeah, dude, which you feel fucking bad.
And Ramonda sacrifices herself, tries to save. She saves Riri. And Namor basically kills her.
Yeah. So we get two deaths.
Two deaths, yeah. Which I kind of saw coming a little bit. From one of the viewers says that I saw, and this was spoiler free. It wasn't spoiler. He said Shuri has to deal with the grief of his brother, and then more grief happens. Like, oh, you fucking dick. So that means someone else dies. Yeah. So I kind of figured that it was gonna be her mom. And this all sets up basically the final confrontation between Shuri and Namor. And Shuri, everyone kind of saw this coming because the trailer showed it too. We all knew. All signs were pointing to Shuri taking up the mantle of Black Panther, and it was pretty fucking good, man. I liked that scene when she came down. And it was fucking cool.
We're jumping ahead again, but I'm kind of confused here. Did she, to replicate the herb, she was using her brother's DNA, and that's why she couldn't recreate it. Mm-hmm. I think she used Killmonger's DNA to recreate it, I think. And that's why she had that flashback with Killmonger and not his brother.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think you see. She used the DNA of her brother.
You think?
Yeah, and she used the strands of the plant that were on the wristband to recreate the herb, because it's essentially the same thing that they used. And
okay, because she throughout the film you see her working on it so much, and it's only like 20% or 30,
and then it goes up to
96,
98,
96, baby,
or whatever, 96.
That's why. That's what I thought. Is like she used Killmonger's DNA instead of her brother's to recreate, and that's how it worked. But I guess you're right.
Yeah. No, the reason why she saw her was because she was going after the same thing that Killmonger was going after, which was vengeance. And so it makes sense to have him be the person that she sees, because that's all that she's thinking about is killing Namor. The same way that Killmonger was thinking about killing T'Challa for what happened all those years ago.
And it was cool how. As she was talking to her and this and that, and I liked how he explained, like, your father would have that little girl killed. Your brother would have been noble.
Yeah, he was too noble, she said. And look, oh man.
The way he pointed, I was like, fuck, this fucker's right.
He's always making the good points. No, but when she eventually did spare Namor's life, I feel like that, because I was telling you, like, at that moment, I felt like they could have brought Chadwick as like as a ghost or CGI.
I knew her mother was going to show up. I feel like when she was in the ancestor plane or at the end, they could have used him there, but not there.
But no, what I'm saying is that I feel like T'Challa spoke through her at that moment when she spared Namor, because that's something that he would have done. You know, and when she finally goes back, you know, when everyone's fighting and shit, and they're all cornered, you hear the music, the dun, 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 that fucking music.
Yeah.
That for me was like, that was always for T'Challa, and now you get to hear it again.
Oh, for her, yeah.
And it was for her, but I felt like it was also for him too. And I'm like, oh, that's so fucking touching. Man.
Was it only me, or that same scene where she had the spear and Namor was on the ground?
Yeah.
You know, like Batman v Superman?
No, because that was a stupid reason for Batman v Superman. What I was gonna say,
it has the same,
and I'm never gonna I'm never gonna miss an opportunity to bring this up.
Okay.
They did this shit better than The Last of Us Part 2. In The Last of Us Part 2, it's the same shit. And Ellie stops to kill Abby because she remembers Joel. And Shuri did the same thing. She was about to kill Namor, and she saw her fucking mom. But they handled it 10 times better in here than they did in The Last of Us Part 2. Tell me when I'm wrong, Enter. Exactly. Okay? Exactly. That's your fucking PSA for The Last of Us Part 2 and why I don't like it. Okay? So
I never saw it that way.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's kind of how it gets resolved, and it kind of not rubbed me the wrong way. But
I'm still with the Last of Us.
Okay.
Just real quick, we're gonna get this. Why do you think that one? This you're right, kind of has a similar thing. Because you can say Namor was Abby and he killed Joel, which was her mom. Same thing, whatever. Why did this one do it better though? She kind of did the same thing what Ellie did. She killed some of her people and all this shit. She spared Abby too. Why?
I think because she had people who tried to like get her away from that path, and seeing her like be conflicted and be like, no, I made up my mind. I want to kill Namor. You kind of feel like something has to break through. Whereas in The Last of Us, nobody fucking stopped Ellie from like doing this, because obviously like that was what the game was leaning towards, right? It was like, oh, Ellie's gonna get her revenge, you know, and all this and that, whatever. But you got I forget what the guy's called, but the fucking guy who, what's his name? He's the Asian character.
John.
But I don't know. Was like he joined her. He didn't try to stop her. And then you got her girlfriend joined her. They didn't try to stop her. It wasn't until the very, very end they were like, "Oh, let's see Teresa," and I didn't buy it. I just didn't buy it. And in this one, you have Nokia saying that like, you have to tell me the truth. Who did you see? And this and that. And it was like, I know what you're trying to. You want vengeance, but this is not the way. And then you got her mom saying like, this is also not the way. And I feel like that's why it worked, is because something finally broke through. And as an audience, seeing that, you already know like she's not going to go through with it. You know, and even though as much as I want to, she's not. And I also don't think she shouldn't, because Namor is not a fucking asshole. I mean, he's ruthless, but like, you can kind of see where he's coming from. And they set it up so well. Like, how long was that whole scene of him like doing the backstory? Was like probably 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I still was like, I'm on Namor's side. Whereas Abby, they took 8 fucking hours to make you feel for her, and I did not feel a thing for Abby. Not a fucking thing. Or her people. Why?
I dropped my mic twice because I was right.
Because her people, like, for example,
they enabled her too.
They enabled her. The first chick that Allie kills was like, "Oh, I hope he's in hell," or like, he got what he deserved.
Yeah.
And then you got the fucking other guy spitting on Joel or whatever. And it's like, dude, these people suck. Kill them. Kill all of them.
Yes.
Whereas in Black Panther, you feel conflicted because you see Namor's nation and you see like these are people like, yeah, they're the bad guys, but they're doing the same thing as Wakanda. They're trying to survive. They're trying to keep their nation intact and everything. And Namor, yes, he's a ruthless person and everything, but like, you get where he's coming from. So it makes it even harder when you see Shuri about to kill him, and you're like, but like, as much as I want to as well, because I feel for her, she shouldn't. And she doesn't go through with it, and it just feels powerful. Unlike, you know. Last was
Okay, so let's get to the ending.
Yeah, okay, sorry, we got sidetracked. But yeah, so everything gets wrapped up. It kind of, I don't know about you, but like, I didn't think of Namor the same way anymore after he gave up and he healed, you know, and he was like Wakanda's the most powerful nation on the surface. Like, you didn't think that an hour ago, now all of a sudden you do. But no, he made a good point. It's like, but they're gonna want to turn to us when eventually someone does come for them. And I was like, okay, yeah, good point. So yeah, we get a little bit of setup there. Riri Williams goes back to California. Is that where she's from?
I think she's from Chicago.
Okay. Well, yeah. Yeah, and everything is just hunky dory. And well, not hunky dory.
Well,
everything they're
Shuri
still, you know,
goes to Haiti, where what's her name?
Nokia.
Nokia is. She does that ritual.
And then that's where
she
that
sees
scene,
her brother.
and it ends that way. Well,
Whoa.
that's how it ends initially, and then we get the mid-credit scene where, and honestly, dude, I completely fucking forgot that they could have gone this route. But when eventually we saw Nokia come back with her child, and we all know, like, oh, that's the son of T'Challa. I was like, that's a good way to, like, still bring T'Challa back into the MCU eventually. And I think you even told me that could have been like, oh, what if he has a son? I was like, that makes no fucking sense, because he has to be the same age. If, you know, like, he has to be 20 or whatever. But yeah, that's what they're setting up, and we get to see. And it was such a touching scene too. You know, because before the mid-credit scene, you see Shuri's like, she's crying like she lost her brother, and when she sees T'Challa, you know, the son of T'Challa,
is his name also T'Challa?
Yeah,
that's right. That's what I heard. I thought I heard. So
when she sees him, she's like, he's here. You know, like, it's gonna be okay. And I was like, they really fucking, that hit home, you know, with me. They really hit. Have you seen this TikTok? Because I thought this was good too. So this TikTok of they showed the scene of T'Challa when he's talking to his dad, the astral plane.
Okay,
you seen it?
Not the TikTok, but I seen the scene.
In the scene, he tells his dad, like, I'm not ready to let you go. And his dad says, a father who has failed to prepare his son for his death is not something whatever. You know, I forget what he says. I'm trying to, but it's like, I failed as a father if I didn't prepare you for my death, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And what does Nokia say to her son? She says, Baba prepared for his death, didn't he? And that's how, hopefully I don't cry. That's how you know he didn't fail as a father. That's why he told Nokia to, like, take him away from Wakanda, and she prepared his family for his death. And that was because of what his fucking father told him in the first movie. And I didn't know that until, I think it was this morning when I saw that TikTok, and I was like, oh my god.
You're right.
Ryan fucking Coogler, dude. Like, he just
touches
he's a fucking
your emotions.
Genius, dude.
Holy fuck.
And that made me feel so fucking like, oh god, I was gonna fucking cry in the back room of my job. I was like, dude, this is, but yeah,
putting away shoes.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Right. Yeah. And also that was what her mom was gonna tell her before they got interrupted by fucking Namor. Because remember, she says, like, Shuri, there's something you have to know about your brother.
Oh,
and
shit.
then Namor fucking comes out.
Fucking Namor.
Yeah, right.
Fucking
but yeah, I think
cock-blocking.
that's what she was going to probably tell Shuri, that, like, he has a son and maybe we're going to go see him or something. Or maybe that was her way of trying to convince her to burn the cloth, was be like, he's not really gone because, he's left behind a son and everything. But yeah. So... Damn, we didn't talk about the fucking side plot that didn't matter.
What side
with,
plot?
Ross.
Oh, fuck it. Yeah.
Right?
Nope.
That's where I think they could have trimmed some shit. I felt like there was
nothing.
There was not. All he did was assisted, which I guess has to do with the story.
When?
Because he had the beans and, like,
when the fuck did he assist? Did he come in with
he gave them intel. He gave them intel so that they could stay one step ahead and shit. But yeah, it could have been trimmed out. But yeah, it's yeah, I know it's long, but it is definitely
great.
A great and fitting
sequel.
A great sequel, but a great way to end Phase 4, which Edgar still doesn't believe is the fucking end of Phase 4. But yeah, it's a great film, man. I enjoyed it a lot.
I was gonna do an impression, but I think it's not gonna work.
Impression of who?
What's his name? Alex something?
Alex Ross?
No, the other guy. His name is Alex, ain't it? Or
what guy?
That Will Sasso does?
Oh, Alex Jones. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna give him a fucking voice in this podcast because we'll be terrible on that.
So that's it.
That's
for Black Panther.
Oh, I think you say for the podcast. Yeah, that's it for now.
We're fucking.
What?
How long? Hey, hold on.
What? Enter what?
It's not recording.
It's because it's starting anew.
Are you sure?
Yes. That means we probably went over an hour.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I
great. The audience is going to know that.
You can cut this out, guys.
Oh, no,
cut it out.
We're going to keep
it in.
We're gonna keep it. But
no,
yeah,
because we talked a lot. I was about to say, dude, what the fuck?
No, I knew it was an hour because we started the shit at 8, and now it's 9.
Well, I think we're at the brink, but we're done with Wakanda, right?
The movie or
yes.
the nation?
The movie.
Yeah, no, we're done for now. We'll see what happens. I really don't know where they're gonna go with it. I mean, we know that Shuri's Black Panther now, and she's Queen of Wakanda, but
dude, I don't know. Let's say the next setup. Excuse me. Is I don't think so, but let's say they do. Is with Dr. Doom. I don't think Shuri's
capable.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna be a villain for Black Panther though.
I know, but
in
the fucking comics, he takes over Wakanda.
Oh yeah, he does.
So
when they were saying that, like when they were creating a plan to attack Tolkien,
mm-hmm.
They were like, oh, we're gonna take him away from Wakanda at an undisclosed location. I was like, it's gonna be somehow is going to be a part of Latveria or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how Doctor Doom's going to show up. Or like, you fought in my land or whatever. But no, he wasn't that. I'm glad that he wasn't in the movie because it didn't have to be about that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
All these fucking cameos. And
I just want to say
like
it's
that.
not because she's a girl, okay? And just saying Doctor Doom is a fucking...
No, he's a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
I know, yeah. No, you're right.
Even
yeah.
if T'Challa was king or still, in the movie, if they replaced Chadwick, someone else is playing him, even him couldn't even step up,
I get what you mean, yeah.
Yeah,
No, so hopefully that's where it leads to. I want to see Doctor Doom finally make his appearance, but
I don't
we'll
think,
see.
like you see, I don't think he's going to be the villain, though.
He's a fucking endgame villain, which is what people like to call these types of villains. He's like an endgame villain, you know? So, yeah. It was a great film. I enjoyed it a lot. Definitely go watch it if you're a Marvel fan. I know everyone's so fucking tired of films, of the Marvel films lately, especially with the shows and everything. We got a little... Well, I want to say we got a little break, but we got the Guardians of the Galaxy thing, Christmas special coming out. But in terms of Phase 5, we're not getting it until February.
Which is
Adam.
Adam.
Black Adam. We didn't review it, so if you're looking for our review, we're not going to review it. We're just not interested. So that's that.
Well, I heard it wasn't that great, but some people
some people liked it.
Okay,
and that's fine.
we'll wait until it comes out on Blu-ray
or HBO Max probably. But
yeah,
it's up there. I still think Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of my favorite comic book movie, it's still the Batman, but this is up there with it.
Yeah,
You know, it's a great film, so I enjoyed it a lot. I really did.
we're still gonna stick to the sad part here,
Which is what?
earlier this week we lost someone else.
Yes, yesterday, right?
No, it was like Thursday or Friday, right? It was Friday.
It was Friday.
Yep.
So, 2 days ago.
We lost Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, for a lot of animated films and his animated series,
Yeah.
which fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah, it hit me like a ton of bricks, man, when I was at work and I read the news. I audibly said, "What?" Well, luckily there was no one around, but I was like, "What?" Like, this is not real.
I think maybe he did. I don't know. He probably kept it to himself about his cancer, because I didn't know that. I thought he was healthy, stuff like that. But yeah, I guess he kept that a secret. To me, probably to you, he was our Batman. It's not fucking Adam West. It's not Christian Bale. It's not whoever, we grew up with Kevin Conroy as Batman with the animated series. And I think you agree with this too. He's the voice you hear when you read Batman.
Yeah, that's what everyone said. For me too, he's he has always been the voice of Batman in my head.
Mm-hmm. And no one can kind of like how when I read The Punisher, I hear Thomas Jane's voice as the Punisher. He's also my Punisher. Thomas Jane.
Yeah.
Disconnecting my microphone there. But yeah, that sucked, man, because I wish, I got to meet him, because fuck it, he was like a hero.
He was like a Stan Lee, man. Like,
he was, yeah.
Yeah,
Now that he's not here, it sucks, because there's no one can step up to the plate of voicing Batman for animated films or anything anymore, because he was the one. So when you get to hear his voice I think he was in an Injustice or anything, like even cameos and stuff. Like, holy shit, that's Kevin Conroy. You know, you get excited when you hear his voice because you know it from his deep voice when he does Batman. You know.
Yeah.
What do you gotta say? I've been talking here.
No, you're right. I'll be honest. I knew about Kevin Conroy from the video games, from the Arkham games.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I discovered that he had done the animated series. I think you may have told me that. And his voice is just so iconic, you know, and he is Batman. I mean, we can sit here and talk about all the people who played him in live action and everything, but it's strange because every time a new Batman comes along and takes up the mantle, or a new actor comes up and takes up the mantle of the Batman for the live action films, it's almost always, is he going to sound like Kevin Conroy? Or like, how is he going to sound? Because in your head, it's always Kevin Conroy's voice, you know? I watched this video on my social media about how he brought the whole two voices thing to the animated series, you know, and how he wanted to do a different voice for Batman. And thankfully they dug it, and that's how it went on, you know? And he just brought so much gravitas to the character, you know, even as Bruce Wayne. The one thing that I think he created was a very human Batman in a way that not a lot of other people have made or created. And he's going to be missed for sure, you know. He has such a great body of work. He was such a nice person. And yeah, it's you can't complain, right? I mean, when you hear something like that, or even like about Chadwick Boseman and how he kept that close to his chest, and he still did Black Panther, you know? He still went to the gym, he still worked out, still worked his ass off, and he didn't tell a single soul except for the ones that were closest to him about the cancer. And you can't complain. Like, as a person, like, if you ever feel like, oh man, I got stuck in traffic, or like they fucked up my order wrong, or whatever, it's like, after hearing what happened to Chadwick or Kevin Conroy and how they had to battle that almost in solitude, like not really telling many people, you can't fucking complain anymore. That's the true mark of a fucking superhero right there. Kevin Conroy is and always will be a fucking superhero, and Chadwick too. And let me just say this, dude, fuck cancer for taking these good people away from us. One who was still young and that was still had a huge fucking career ahead of him. Like, he was gonna do so many great things, and fuck cancer for taking away one of the most beautiful people ever in Kevin Conroy. You know?
I haven't seen the animated series in a long time, you know, since I was a kid.
Yeah.
The thing that stuck out, it's more not a touchy quote that he does or anything. To me, it's more of a badass quote to me. I think he does do it. This monologue, and I'm trying. I think it's Justice League Doom. I think, and it's just the. I don't know. I haven't seen that film, but I always go to because just that's that's just embodies one of the things that, you know, Batman is his I'm gonna butcher this fucking word, but his contingency plan for the Justice League, and he one by one like goes down the list, like
and starts breaking it down.
To me, that's so fucking cool, and coming from fucking Kevin Conroy saying it is like,
yeah, Oh, man, yes.
To me, that sticks out a lot. Just him just naming superheroes and having a plan for them and all that. To me, that sticks out, and it's cool. What about you, Albert?
This should be agony. I should be a mass of aching muscle, broken, spent, unable to move. And were I an older man, I surely would. But I'm a man of 30, of 20 again. The rain on my chest is a baptism. I'm born again. That's the best way to describe Batman. And for me, that's Kevin Conroy. I mean, that's from The Dark Knight Returns, but to me that embodies who he was.
Well, another one is classic fucking line.
Yes.
Oh, how does it go?
I am the night. I am vengeance. I am the Batman. I don't do it as good, obviously,
Well,
and I don't think anyone's ever going to do it great. But yeah, so rest in peace, Kevin Conroy. It sucks to hear one of the greats has passed away, and it sucks to end it on a somber note, which is why I'm going to say this. What's your favorite
Oh, shit.
Christmas dessert?
Are you going to start with Christmas again? You should have said what's your favorite Kevin Conroy, I don't know, animated film or, I don't know, something.
Well, okay, fine. All right, let's try to keep it on topic, but be more humorous, okay?
Okay.
All right. What's your favorite Batman Arkham game?
Oh, okay.
I don't know how it's humorous, but
Arkham Origin.
he wasn't even fucking in that one.
Well,